I am literally doing the same bit that another podcast does, but they got mad at the Zoom lady, and now I'm mad at the Zoom lady too.
Why? Just for saying it's recording? You've ruined the porn I was going to make non-consensually. You've ruined it.
Yeah, exactly. How am I supposed to trick women into jerking off for me on Zoom, which is a thing that not only is possible, but I do.
Jerking in.
I actually don't think that you could do that. I think that by nature of putting it in a Zoom link, I think the sex leaves the room.
I don't think you could trick women because I'm a progressive man. You monster.
You shouldn't trick women. You can.
How dare you? No, I just don't believe that you can trick women. I think other people could.
It's weird that I feel offended.
Hey, I could trick a lady.
I could be a complete piece of shit if I wanted to be.
I could be the worst. God damn it. I did. There we go.
I do believe that I
could trick a woman.
This podcast just keeps getting worse. I do believe that I would be good at genocide if I tried it. I could do it. Not gonna. You shouldn't.
I'd be the best at it, though.
I'm better at most people. In fact, my second least favorite thing about Hitler.
My first least favorite, obviously, is that he did the genocide. The second, he did it bad.
Sloppy work. But that is the episode title, by the way. My second least favorite thing about Hitler.
Absolutely. With Tony the Italian. That released right when we started recording this episode. That's when that released.
So for you people listening, it's there.
Oh, yeah. It's been there. Okay.
We're going to get canceled for having an Italian on the show.
I'm okay with that. If that's why we get canceled, good. We deserve it.
Italian's illegal.
Well, good. They're supposed. What if slowly but surely, like Italians just become for everybody?
A quiet genocide against Italians.
Just everybody starts doing what we've been joking about doing to Italians for years.
First, they came for the pizza shops, but I had a DiGiorno, so I said nothing. And then they made hand talking illegal, but I don't do that, so I didn't say anything.
And then they made beating your wife illegal, and now it's all over.
It's basically a genocide. I cannot do my culture of putting my hand on the woman in front of the pizza.
What if the Italian genocide started, which also a few contenders for the name of this episode is Italian genocide and also a quiet genocide. But it started and it's like, we slowly just figure out all the reasons we're doing the genocide are good reasons. It's like, yeah, they beat their wives. Well, that's fair. And their culture is all about sexual assault. Well, yeah, that's bad too. And they're all criminals. Wait a second.
I think it'd be funny if we found out that they all beat their wives. They can't all beat their wives. No, literally all of them. It turns out they all do.
They're proud of it too. Jesus.
It turns out racism was true about Italians. It's not true about anybody else.
That's the episode. It turns out racism is true, but only about Italians. I'm going to tweet that and just see what happens.
Thumbnail is racism, true or false?
I'm gonna tweet that because I'm a monster.
It turns out racism is true. Music sting. This episode is going to be rough because all I want to talk about is Afghanistan, but it's not.
No, talk about it. I'm actually caught up.
It's not funny at all.
I'm caught up on this season of Afghanistan. They opened like really strong this season. Episode 1, so much shit happened. I don't know. Like the rest, it's got to be no premiere. Yeah, no. Because this is the beginning of the season, the Afghan season.
The Afghan season.
Because once the Taliban gets into power, they're not going to that's going to start a bunch of shit. So this is the beginning of the
I don't think we're going to hear about it. In 20 minutes, something worse is going to happen. That's true any time in history.
I mean, I feel like we're just going to go back and check on it more. I just tweeted racism is true, but only for Italians. I'm going to double check. I didn't proofread that text. I just vaguely wrote it and kind of like half glanced at it before I sent it out. Yeah. Oh no, it's just the N-word 10 times. It turns out racism is true, but only against Italians. Yep, perfect. Okay. Oh, just the N-word 10 times. No. It's always Siri autocorrects every word. Oh, okay.
I'm sorry. Siri autocorrected me to the N-word. Yeah, dude, you know that like autocorrect predicts the things you say a lot, right?
No. Honestly, that would be, if you ever want to get back at somebody, just type the N-word 1,000 million times with their fucking phone, and then everything's gonna autocorrect.
Another great episode. The N-word 1,000 times. Praise as 9/11 every day.
Oh, dude, the N-word is mightier than the sword. That's a great episode.
Hey, folks! Let's not fight like children here. Settle it with your N-word.
Alexander Hamilton is now a very different play.
Why do you ride like you're running out of time? Because I'm not going to be allowed to say it that much longer.
Just a beat down, poor ass. You're charging your phone?
Well, I was, but it's a pain in the ass. So this could die at any time.
Don't do that. No. I think this laptop's on its last legs too, so you're going to be okay.
This is a professional podcast.
Yeah, we did it. We're pros. Fucking A.
You make 7 episodes, realize you suck at it, and stop. That's where a podcast. There are no podcast episodes.
No, we could have quit at 69, but now we have to go all the way to 420 before we can quit. So, yeah, I know.
Like 8 years, you know.
It's like when you miss a turn on or the exit on a highway, and you're like, "Oh, I'll just catch the next one." And the next one is like 12 miles. God, fuck. That is, literally the most I ever want to commit crimes is when that shit happens on a rural ass road. It's like, oh, I missed it by 30 minutes. Fuck.
Yeah, you're just still driving, but it sucks the entire time because you know you're going the wrong way.
Yeah,
you can't enjoy the.
Nothing has changed, but it's all awful all of a sudden.
For some reason, every TikTok I see now is people being like, "Did you guys know how big America is?"
Yeah.
Yes,
well, it just shows that America is bad at teaching kids things at all in any circumstance, except that.
It is like wild that, like, how much nothing there is here.
Yeah, it's great. Well, that's why Robert Frost and Mark Twain went out into the wilderness in their fucking cabins and just wrote over and over again on the wall, "The N-word is mightier than the sword," all over. Everywhere.
That is my least favorite Robert Frost poem. I wish he didn't take that road.
2 roads diverged to Yellow Wood, and there was a black guy on one of them. So I took the other road.
My little horse make it queer that I talked to that black guy. How deep into Robert Frost do you want to get, motherfucker? We can do this.
I'm already out. So that's all I had.
Decides to leave, so Eden sank to grief, so white became black. Nothing gold can stay.
Nothing. Not a word of that did I get.
That's a good poem, though.
Just taking famous quotes in poetry and making them racist.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? No, I'm racist and I hate you.
There we go. That's a good one. Well, 2 roads diverged in a Chinese wood, for example. Not ideal. Robert Frost, cancel.
And I took the one with fewer rights. And
that has made all the railroads. Oh, God.
Saying that has made all the railroads while pointing at a Chinese person.
Thank you?
Right. Incredibly racist, but also acknowledging what they've done for this country.
Yeah, it must have sucked, dude. It did. I don't know. Oh, there it is. We figured it out. That's why Two Roads Diverge the Yellow Wood is such a famous poem, because it's so easy to make racist and it's hilarious to do it.
I mean, there are two pinnacles of satire, and it's making a song racist or making it about sex.
Both good. Two holes diverged in a yellow.
And I fucked the one less traveled by.
Anal. It's about anal now.
Two Roads Diverge in a Yellow Wood is about fucking a blonde girl and not knowing whether to do anal or vaginal.
It all looks the same.
Robert Frosted Turd.
Nice. Got him. Take that, poet.
Finally, someone owned Robert Frost. My phone is actually... I need to take action.
God damn it. I was going to say, Romeo, Romeo, wherefore art thou, Romeo, and a few of your friends, because it's time to run a train. So that was pretty wordy. I don't know if that really captures the vibe we're going for.
Instead of a plague on both your houses, a cock in both your holeses.
No, a plague on both your houses, and this is plague. And it's just like a black dude. Why? And both families are like, yeah, it's just losing it. It's like, just a kind man just be like, hi. No!
Wait, is it?
I
think we're doing... there is basically in Othello where a character is like, a black guy's fucking my daughter. No!
God damn it, William Shakespeare. I got one. Othello J. Simpson.
Oh,
I don't know. Which one's Othello again? Give me the Othello.
I don't fucking know the whole story. It's
basic plot is all I need to remember what the fuck happened in that.
God. I don't know. He's like a Navy captain and he wants to fuck this girl, but then there's another guy that wants to also fuck her named Iago, the parrot from Aladdin, which is where Shakespeare got it. He saw Aladdin and named a character after it. That is where the line "the beast with two backs" comes from, though.
That's cool.
There is. It's in the line where a guy's like, Othello's fucking your daughter, but he says it Shakespeare-like. So, Othello and your daughter making the beast with two backs, and then the father didn't say, "Why the fuck did you say it like that, you freak?"
Get out of my life. Whoa, dude. It's like, no, you're being creepy. I can see you eye raping my daughter. I don't like this.
I now would like to go to a bar and ask a woman if she would like to make the beast with two backs, because either she'll say no or she'll say yes, and I'll be like, "Oh, no, I didn't. No."
No, anybody who says yes to that is not somebody I want to.
You don't want to talk to them.
Especially if you just cold open with that. She's got to be so into Shakespeare to say yes to that.
And by the way, when I say this, I'm like, she's in the middle of ordering a drink, and I'm like inserting myself into a conversation. That line, like, smoothly.
You're being the worst. Fucking, I had a good one. Damn it. Yeah. God damn it.
To be or not to be in my bedroom? That is the question. And the answer is no.
Okay. Oh, so we're doing Shakespeare pickup lines now. Okay, I can get on board with this.
I feel like this game is really weighted in my favor.
That's okay. Congratulations. You're the Patriots today. Or just Tom Brady.
Where's my son? I want to make out.
What?
He gets the son on the mouth.
Fucking weirdo. Well, you got to be psychotic to.
Wayne Brady kisses his son on the mouth.
Dwayne Brady.
Dwayne Reed. They say liquor makes a man stand to and not stand to, but it only makes me stand to. Want to touch it?
What was that? Hang on. I think I actually got this one. What play that was in? The one where the king dies.
Well, yeah. You're not supposed to say the name of it. So good.
I did it on accident. I recently read that too. Fuck.
Banquo, there's husbandry in heaven. Do you want me to be your husband and do sex with me?
I'm in way over my head. I got nothing.
Often in my youth, when I lost an arrow, I would shoot an arrow in the self-same path, and I'd like to shoot my arrow into your pussy.
Hey, Capulet, would you like to copulate?
Hey, there it is.
I think I just have to do names because all I know is names.
Oh, in Fair Verona, where I lay my peen.
Nice. Fair Verona is the name of a whore in this situation.
Clearly. The 12th time tonight. Midsummer Night's Cream.
Midsummer Night's Cream.
This is all I want to do. Not the podcast, just in general. This is all.
Just sit in a room alone doing this all the time.
Dick Beth.
Nice. Well, I'm trying to do something like you can't say it. So Macbeth is a word for sex in this context. So you go up to a girl and be like, "Do you want to, like, no.
Do this play?
Do you want to? No, like, I don't. What? Just say the word. No, I can't.
How about we pretend your pussy is Duncan and my dick is a dagger? And then I'll have sex with you and then deeply regret it and kill myself.
Just like God intended. Why don't we fuck like two horny 14-year-olds and then kill ourselves? Whoa, strong way to go.
A lot of things I'm unhappy about with that.
Hey, you look like my mom. You want to bone? You want to let me get after that Edda pussy? Is that even Shakespeare?
What?
Oedipus?
No, that's like millennia older than Shakespeare.
Okay.
It's like Ovid or COVID or something. I don't know. There's something there. It's Greek.
Well, we've already done. This is going to be hilarious. What?
Well, the name of the play is Oedipus Rex, so Oedipus sex.
Nice. This is going to be a crazy sentence once I say it out loud, but we would do Greek mythology sex jokes, but we've already done that on a different episode of the podcast.
We're really running out of topics to make about sex, aren't we?
Well, we can always talk about Afghanistan. More like apps, just fuck your mom. But I don't know.
Kabul, more like Capoon. I got very good.
Well, yeah, I haven't really been thinking about this actively.
Hundreds of dead translators, more like a blowjob, am I right?
More like hundreds of dead sperm on your couch. Got him. I wish it was hundreds.
Listen, baby, if my sperm were the blood of the Afghani people, your pussy would look like Kandahar.
Much like the Taliban, do you mind if I come inside your borders?
I'm about to treat you like the Taliban treats underage boys.
Poorly?
I don't feel good about any of this.
Radicalizing them, I hope.
No, they
fuck boys?
Yeah.
Oh, so America likes them now then?
I mean, we did fund a lot of them or something.
A lot of the boy fucking.
Can we go back to Midsummer Night's Cream. I felt like a young about that.
Why don't
I
we
feel
just
old.
do Midsummer, but about sex? Oh, wait, it's already kind of about sex. A little bit.
I mean, there is a character who is an ass named Bottom in that play.
Midsummer? Not Midsummer's Night Dream. Different.
Oh,
Midsummer, the movie.
Oh, Midsummer. Oh, yeah. Let's pretend your pussy is a dead bear and I'm a shitty boyfriend.
Well, wait, we don't have to pretend that I'm a shitty boyfriend. Kill stuff.
Because I just said,
You know the scene where the two old people walk off the cliff and like fall onto the rocks? Instead of that, they walk off the cliff and fall ass first into dildos.
oh,
80 feet down. Still killing, but far more sexually.
but
Definitely killing them, but hotter.
how about you treat my penis like the fumes of a car and suck on it?
I don't remember that part.
That's the beginning. Her sister kills herself with a car.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Rob tries to do in Hot Tub Time Machine.
Which Home Sweet Home is the perfect song to kill yourself to, by the way. I can't think of a better song than Home Sweet Home. Besides the porno parody.
True about sex.
Well, that's the thing with Motley Crue songs. You do not need to make a porno parody because the original music is essentially was porn at the time. It's just bushier is all.
The stupid, useless jobs that all wealthy Americans do is like trying to make an AC/DC song about sex.
It's already done.
Done.
Somebody
There's
did it. It is crazy. It is crazy that you'll find out. Somebody will be like, "Oh, you're not doing your job to the full extent of what you do." I'm like, if you go a few rungs up on the corporate ladder, their job is golfing. They're literally just taking off all the time. And golf and send emails. That's all you got to fucking do. It's like, let me tell you, everybody at the bottom is qualified to do what the top already does. Just so we're clear.
It's just that I'm so bad at golf.
Yeah, you just got to be either drink more or get better at golf. Those are your two options. There's got to be some CEO who's like, I found a way around it. I'm so bad at golf. I just drink and drive the cart. Now I'm a billionaire.
God, if drinking and driving was a job, it'd be great.
I have, correct me when I'm wrong, which is probably the beginning of this sentence. I have a friend who just went to Tel Aviv. So Israel's different. Yeah, how far is Israel from Afghanistan?
I don't know. Afghanistan is east of there. There's a couple countries in the way.
There's countries in the way. Okay, cool. Because they just like this Afghanistan thing is going on and they went over to Tel Aviv. And I'm like, it feels like you shouldn't be there right now because I think there's going to be I feel like there's going to be like, hey, look what they're doing. Well, let's get on board.
Do that. Now, Israel has been shooting children regardless.
Oh, yeah, good. Good. Nothing's changed.
No, Israel's generally pretty safe.
Yeah, if you're on the right side of it.
Well, yeah, let me rephrase. Israelis are generally pretty safe. Palestinians are fucked.
It's always crazy when you can pick between which fucking atrocity is going on right now. Gets me every time.
Someone was talking yesterday about how, Afghanistan has been a mistake since 2003 when we went there. And someone had to be like, that's Iraq.
1980.
Middle Eastern country we committed atrocities in for no reason.
Also, we've been fucking up with Middle Eastern countries since the 80s. So
yeah,
it's been since they've had oil.
It means the West in general. We've been fucking with the Middle East since like the 1080s.
Uh-oh, I just said oil in a lake house. Now I'm about to be invaded by whites. Wish me luck. I'm also white. Please don't. I'll just sell it to you.
They'll define you out of whiteness somehow, I'm sure.
I don't know. It's pretty hard to define this out of whiteness.
They'll fucking find it.
I'm a landlord. I'm a landlord. It's okay. We did it. That's the original come up. The Irish and the Italians. I mean, well, but they started with crime, which I approve of.
Which it's hilarious. If you talk to an Italian American that's like proud of the Roman Empire, it's very funny.
Very dumb. Very, very dumb. I come to think of it, I like old school Italians, the Italians that came over in boats and just were like, well, the system isn't helping us, so let's start crime. Like, let's start organized crime and bring it over here. Or at least dominate the culture of it. And it's like, okay, cool. Those guys are cool. But now they're just pussies.
Now it's just a guy in a sweatsuit going, hey, it's about fucking on a gabagool. And he like can't do.
Remember when we used to be cool? Yeah, that was cool.
Hey, Andrew Cuomo, sexually assaulting people is not gabagool of you. Someone get me an SNL spot.
Afghanistan, more like Afghan I stand with the Taliban. To stand somebody is like shipping, right?
Standing is being like a really fucking big fan to a weird degree.
Okay.
I believe when Eminem coined the term, it meant stalker fan.
Oh, then I just committed a hate crime. Whoa.
And now someone that likes the pretty Asian boys in the K-pop groups.
Don't do that. They're 12. Or at least they look.
No, they're adults.
Are they?
Fucking, I hope so, or I've committed.
Come to think of it, whoa. Callum, there's a siren behind you.
They've got to be. I know that's because of my fanship for the Naked Brothers band, I think.
The hell is the Naked Brothers band?
You didn't know? They were like either Nickelodeon or Disney. And it was just two brothers and then some other guys.
But why is it called the Naked Brothers band?
Nat and Alex Wolf, the guy that was in Hereditary. The guy that decapitates his sister in Hereditary used to be in a band called the Naked Brothers Band when he was a kid.
You keep dodging the question. Why is it called the Naked Brothers Band, Herbert?
I didn't name it.
It never came up in an interview. Like, why is the Naked Brothers?
I'm sure I just remember they exist. But
I bet it got a lot of views from males over 40. Really liked.
And they were disappointed when they found out it was basically Big Time Rush.
Yeah, like, oh, well, I mean, I still like their fandom, I guess. Just kicking the dirt. Pedophiles kicking the dirt.
That is my favorite trope, is a guy going, aw, shucks, and then kicking a can or something.
It's pretty great, especially when that person is a registered sex offender or, I don't know, a racist or an ICE agent.
Don't you hate it when you find an apartment that's in your price range, has the bedrooms you need, really walkable to cool bars, but it's too close to a school? Happens to me.
It happens all the time, man. I can't get
Don't you hate it when that happens? Have you seen this? Have you heard about this? What else is in the news?
Did you go to the YMCA that's next to you yet?
No. I don't like to move.
It's funny that I can say that and then people online could be like, well, now we can figure out where he lives. But there are so many fucking apartments around you that it means nothing.
Well, look, I live next to a YMCA and more than 500 yards from a school. Find me.
More than 500 yards from a school? Legally, yes. I can't go into that part of my apartment.
I can't use my front road.
There's just a little bit of tape on the floor. Damn it.
You know what? I'm going to suggest we move away from empathizing with pedophiles here.
Why?
Once again, go back to Midsummer Night's Cream. I felt like a young man who had a promising future when we were talking about that.
Why don't we
now
talk
we're
more about...
who make promises to young men.
Well, why don't we talk about Afghanistan? Afghanistan with your man.
Afghanistan.
So the deal over there is like fucking the U.S. just like kind of pulled out. Like, it didn't even give Afghanistan a courtesy tap on the head to let them know they were about to bust. Just kind of pulled the fuck out.
Yeah, money.
both financially and orgasmically. And then
No, the thing in a terrible way is that Biden was like, don't worry, the Afghan military can hold out. And then the intelligence community was like, careful, it could be as little as 90 days before the Taliban overruns Kabul. And then like 20 seconds later, the Taliban was in the...
Well, I mean, the Taliban, I don't know their belief system, but I have seen the news cycle absolutely fucking do a 180 about them. And now they're pretty much pushing the narrative that's like, no, it's kind of there. Let them do what they want. It's like the narrative that every news...
Let Afghanistan do it at once, but the Taliban are bad.
What do they do? I don't even know what their belief is.
They're like Muslim Republicans.
Ooh, I don't like the second word.
I mean, they're super right-wing extremists and religious fundamentalists.
Oh, great. Good. Oh, so somebody in the Capitol finally figured out, wait a second. The Taliban believe everything that we believe, except they like Allah instead of God. Allah means God. Oh, shit. What have we been doing?
Let them have it.
All right, the Taliban are white now. What? Not even a little.
Yeah, I mean, but, insane froth-mouthed right-wingers running your country is what happens when an empire bombs it for a while.
And that's also what happens when America just continues to exist, because that's just us.
Yeah, and I mean, just we talked about this on the episode with the Italian man, that, we funded the Mujahideen. One of the Rambo movies is dedicated to Osama bin Laden's militia.
What? Like they were the good guys in the movie?
Yeah, and Rambo fought with them because they were fighting the Soviets.
That's fucking hilarious.
There is a news article from, I want to say, 89 that says Mujahideen fighter puts his army on the road to peace. And the picture next to it is Osama bin Laden like, hey.
I'm a good guy. Oh, my God.
And then he sold a plane to George Bush. So he's responsible for it.
Oh, how dare he. Fucking, we've been...
By the way, I've recently come to believe that we didn't actually kill bin Laden when we said we did.
We killed him later?
Earlier or later, I don't know. But when they killed him, they blew his face apart so he couldn't be identified and then cut him up and dropped him in the ocean. So but if you had the body of the guy, wouldn't you be like, look, I did it. It's the guy.
Yeah. Maybe he got caught in one of the many fucking bombings. And it's like, oh, well. Rip.
Or Barack Hussein Obama is Osama bin Laden. Obama bin Laden. Someone had to do it in 2008.
Oh, yeah. Still probably doing it now. There are still people who are blaming Obama for shit that's happening currently. And I'm like, what? That's 2 presidents ago, buddy. It's like, yeah, I bet some of the stuff is related. But chop chop.
Everybody's like, well, actually what's going on there is Bush and Trump's fault and not Obama and Biden's.
No, they're all terrible.
There is no president of the United States that wouldn't do horrific shit to the Middle East.
That was good about the Middle East. Like that just doesn't. Right. America is. So, why do you think that we're hated by the Middle East? Like, just think about that for 2 seconds. Why?
Because they're weird and we're good.
Yeah. Do you think it's because we've been doing super chill stuff to them all the time? You think that's it?
I do. You hear a bunch of people saying like the only scandal Obama had was that he wore a tan suit. And drone striked a wedding, but whatever.
Not just a wedding. That's just the highlight reel.
The one that's fun to say. He also, there were also school buses.
The in memoriam highlight of drone strikes during the Obama administration set to celebrate good times.
Great good times. Drone strike.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, fucking suck. It's all an in memoriam.
What?
Like the in memoriam section of the Oscars in Afghanistan, that's the whole show. Because they did movies because we blew everything up, and a lot of people are dead because we blew everything up.
It's hard. It's hardly a country. I can't wait for the Taliban to strike back. I mean, well, I guess we left, so maybe they're just going to be like, all right, finally.
I can't wait to say, actually, well, the Taliban's actually bad. Like when people are doing like Saigon and Kabul and comparing them, but the Viet Cong were not as bad as the Taliban. They had some good points. The Taliban are just insane freaks. So I guess
the Viet Cong was kind of like, get the fuck.
I'm going to have fun telling people I'm on Iran's side. I mean, Iran's bad too, sure, but
none of it's ideal. Celebrate drone strikes. Come on. Do
you remember the day of September?
A little.
Whatever. How have we never done
what?
September by Earth, Wind, and Fire, but it's about 9/11.
Ah, damn it.
Do you remember the morning of 9/11? Yeah, we all remember. That's the thing. We all remembers that.
Remember the 11th of September.
I don't know if the George W. Bush treason ever should be forgot.
Don't go quote the entirety of Vendetta right now. No, this podcast is already attracts the wrong type of people.
Honestly, yeah.
If we say the name of the main character, then this podcast goes all the way right wing. It's game over.
It was like G or T or something. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was something. It was Gusteau. That's what it was.
But no, his name was V.
It was Gaston.
No one overthrows governments like Gaston. Honestly, hackers that, or what Frank Abagnale did from Catch Me If You Can, where he's a counterfeiter, but he does it for the government now. Yeah. We need to weird white guys, but pro society instead of destroying it.
If somebody wants to pay us a lot of money to do that, we can continue saying everything in this tone of the voice, but just pretend like we believe the opposite. So,
or we can be like, we should be allowed to say it. Why do women have blue hair now? That's why they're not fucking me. But then not encourage them to do terrorism.
But then be like, yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna hit the gym and try and improve myself until day.
Yeah, the exact same rant that incels do, and at the end of it go, so I'm gonna try and do some self-improvement.
That's so fucking funny. So I'm seeing a life coach. Got a personal trainer.
They want to have sex with people like me. They want to have sex with alpha chads and women that I'm not what women are looking for. So I've decided to become what they're looking for because it's on me.
There's some teachings that I've been really looking into. I've been doing some self-actualization. Been getting into yoga. Hey, chipmunk. Neat. Does not care that I just screamed at.
But I saw a squirrel yesterday and had the same reaction. So
what the hell? Yeah, no. I TikTok has taught me that I am the golden retriever boyfriend. So Kylie's gonna have to learn to deal with that. It must be a hard life.
Be a sitcom husband.
I already am. I would recommend it. It's pretty fun.
He was tangled in the curtains earlier.
And no, I mean, have you ever felt good about yelling at a golden retriever, even if it pissed on the rug? You're yelling at a golden retriever, you fucking asshole.
That's why you did.
Yeah, really. It was frightened by the lightning. Can you blame it? Doesn't understand what happened.
Oh, I've been frightened by lightning. It's okay, little guy.
Honestly, I would get along so good with a golden retriever.
No, you're a golden retriever and I'm a cat. I would just like to lay around noise and then have someone feed me.
Mostly the noise part too.
Yeah, imagine if your life was you sat on high things and went all the time.
That is the human meow. I just walk around my house and meow sometimes just because it's fun to do.
Just walk up to someone and go, And they're like, cool. I like that.
Keep it up, buddy. That'd be nice.
And then your favorite food.
The no freedom thing would suck. But other than that, big fan. If you're an indoor cat.
Anyway, so.
Are you going to have an indoor cat or an indoor-outdoor cat?
I mean, indoor, because I'm not going to install a cat flap, so.
A cat flap. I don't think they're called that.
I really are in Britain.
A cat flap. Everything's weird in other countries. Weird and wrong.
Krankenhausen.
I thought ambulance was the one you knew.
Krankenwagen. The one that I got in English was hospital.
You can't be this white, know this much German, and support Palestine. It's weird. Those are weird.
I don't know. For good reasons. I speak Spanish too. But, because of how much I like.
On paper, you're a racist. I'm an incel.
No, the end of my dossier where it says, and he has not committed any hate crimes, is a real fucking plot twist.
Honestly, yeah. Somebody's reading.
There are doctors interested in me because of that.
Somebody is reading your biography and they're like, oh man, I can't wait to see which serial killer this guy is at the end. And it's like, it was just a dude all along? Damn it.
The first 90% of my biography, you're like, oh, this guy's going to kill a masseuse.
That's why this book is interesting. But it's interesting because he doesn't.
He just orders pizza when he shouldn't have and is drinking a Gatorade because he sweats all the time.
I should have figured it out when it turns out that he liked Bernie. I should have figured it out then, but I thought that, you know what, there are plenty of guys who like Bernie that end up being terrible people. So
like Bernie because he was fighting Hillary Clinton.
I knew it.
In the socialism, I just didn't want a woman in the White House.
I know it. Psych. Oh, damn it. It's fucking crazy. You gotta buy a lady. You gotta buy a lady, dude.
What?
Just to sell to sell the guys even further. It's like, oh, you bought a lady.
It's like, it's like he's autistic and lonely in high school, and he doesn't hate women. He bought a woman and set her free.
He catch and release
like
a woman.
Joke.
He has a podcast, and it's left wing.
What did you say?
He has a podcast, and it's left wing.
I do like that podcasts are universally racist.
Oh yeah,
even left wing podcasts have to be like, yeah, but we really want to say the N-word.
We're healing the world by saying the N-word. That's what we're doing. We're modern day prophets.
Say it enough, it wraps around to being good.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's got to be a number of times. If you think about it, really, if a white politician got on stage and just started saying the N-word, eventually people would be like, all right, respect.
Well, if you do it in a poem, that's like when a teacher says it while they're reading Huck Finn.
Which is, in school, when reading Huck Finn, the teacher would be like, just say it. Just fucking say it. In an all-white class with a white teacher.
All white. And there's like one black guy there who is not consulted.
It was like, okay, I guess we're doing this.
You're saying it. And I was like, it's not allowed in any other context. It's like when you get to drink in church.
I remember in the same English class, there was a scene in the Romeo and Juliet movie that my teacher covered up because it showed boobs. But when we read Huck Finn, he got mad if you just said N-word. Same teacher, same context.
By the way, if there's a guy whose name is N-word Jim, he's not a cool guy, and he's probably not black.
That guy owns a storage company and doesn't have a boss for a reason because he can't.
That guy owns a storage company and there's people in those storage units.
And he's fine with that. Are you going to do anything about the amount of serial killers that use your storage company? No, I kind of made it for that. It's like, you know how you're like, this is still him in an interview. It's like, you know how like there's a weird kid in class who never talks and just draws guns all the time. So you bring him a candy bar every once in a while. Yeah, I did that, but with a storage company for bodies. They're not going to kill me. They need me. They like me.
When the shooting happens, they're going to warn me not to come to school that day, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, if you understand the drift.
Which, by the way, a meme now, and that's a real thing a mass shooter said. He posted to like whatever
once.
He was in, like, some of you guys are cool. Don't go to school tomorrow. And then he shot all the people the next day.
Yep. America, it's good all the time.
Anyway, if you know a kid like that, make him listen to our podcast.
Yeah, it'll radicalize him back the other way. It'll even him out.
Which is the only option, by the way.
Oh, yeah. There's no like, why can't you just get over it? No, you need to replace that vice with a different vice. And that vice is being insane about why the fuck there isn't free healthcare. Because God damn it.
I mean, for real, though, something's going to happen with how angry and insane everyone is.
Yeah.
Let's try to make it a good thing. Because if we ignore it, it's going to be the bad ones.
Somebody bought or built a guillotine and then put it outside of Jeffrey Bezos' house. And that guy could have just as easily shot his school up. But I'm glad that he chose to put the guillotine. He did it. It sounds, when you initially say, like, yeah, this dude's building a guillotine, you don't think that it's like that was the best decision for him to make. It was the best decision for him to make. Yeah, he did the right thing in this situation.
Listen, kids, when you buy a semi-automatic rifle and open fire with it, you shouldn't, but they're going to. So when you do, point it at an ICE facility, at the administration building.
It does suck. It does suck that you have to specify. Not the administrator, like the secretary. I don't think she really did anything. But like anybody with a badge and a gun.
Yeah. You know, the modern Gestapo.
Mm-hmm. They're good guys. There was a security. So what?
Remember Ice Bay?
No. What? Oh, I would let her skull stomp my kids. I'd let her separate my family.
Oh, God, she's so hot. I'd let her sterilize me without my consent. Which is a thing our government did do in particular. Oh, Camille.
I'd let her probably experiment on people, but that hasn't been released to the news yet.
There is no way there's not an American sewing twins together right now.
You just don't invite a bunch of Nazi scientists to form NASA fucking 50 years ago and then have a bunch of kids in cages and not do bad things to them. It just doesn't happen. Especially, they told us about the kid rape. Just so the government told us about that.
They also... It is like, did no one see it as a red flag when Nazis were able to like slot right in to our government infrastructure? It made a lot of sense.
No problem.
There's a hilarious Bob Newhart bit about the guy doing it. That was like, the Americans come to him and go, "We heard you were involved in the Nazi rocket program." "Oh, I didn't have that much to do with it, to tell you the truth. You know, I just so this guy with a little mustache, he come up to me and he saw I was playing with a firecracker and a tin can." And but the gist of it, other than the fact that it's hilarious, is like it's a guy that's making rockets and the Nazis come to him and he's like, "Okay," and then the Americans do the exact same thing the Nazis did, and he's like, "Okay."
I've just been moving states and making rockets. That's all. Fucking great.
Like, Werner von Braun had the famous quote from him is, "Where the rockets land is not my department."
That is fair. That's not a bad point. It's like the rockets were going to get me. So if you're mad at where they're landing, that wasn't me. It is funny that the Nazis just like immediately at a place in American society. Their onboarding process, HR was like super stoked because they've worked for a company that operates a very similar way. So it's like, oh my God, you work for Exxon? We're mobile. This is going to be super easy. We're going to have a few days maybe where it's weird, and then you're going to fit right in.
Like transferring credits between two state schools. They match up pretty close.
Oh, yeah. It's straight up. It's like, I mean, it's really the big thing we're going to have to get over is the accent. But as long as you stick around, like there's little Germany, there's little Austria. It's way too close to little Germany in New York. That happens.
And by the way, please refrain from getting all the people in little Germany together to take over little Austria.
Well, luckily, it's a cultural thing. So you can't unless you Israel parts of New York, you can't really do that. There's always going to be a demand for Austrian food, you know?
Just imagine. I'm thinking the Israeling of New York has taken over my mind.
Oh my God. Well,
it was a gigantic ghetto, and we do to the Italians what the Israelis do to the Palestinians.
Oh yeah, they're coming. Brooklyn has a defense dome around it. And is slowly moving out, moving Queens further and further towards the ocean.
Wait, Queens is Palestine? I don't know enough about New York.
I'd say Queens would be Palestine. Queens is like the bad part, right? I thought Queens was poor.
I don't know.
Spider-Man's from there and Spider-Man's poor, so I'm going to go ahead and assume Queens is poor. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
Is Spider-Man poor?
Yeah, traditionally he's always poor. He's white poor, so he's fine. But yeah, poor.
There was, speaking of Spider-Man and his aunt played by, God damn it, what's her name?
Hot Lady McGee.
It's that, yeah.
Big Tits also has a butt.
I need to remember her fucking name. It starts with a fucking M. Damn it. I don't know. The one that was in my...
Aunt
she said,
Mumbo Jumbo Titties.
She said, I kind of want to stop being typecast as a MILF. And on that one, sorry.
No.
I'm going to live Big Hero 6 with her playing Aunt Cass, please.
Now. Why'd you get so serious all of a sudden? Give it.
Why have we not talked about the Suicide Squad on this podcast, by the way?
No, it was good. I don't like that the shark was dumb, though. Because the animated series... I don't know. As a big dumb guy, they really kind of went Aunt Jemima with him. You know what I'm saying? Pretty over the top of what a big dumb guy actually is.
I wasn't paying attention to him. Weasel was the only character I cared about.
Weasel was in the beginning and end and nothing else.
Spoiler, Weasel's in the end. The fucking noise he was making when he ran away from the camera, I was outside of the theater still laughing.
You saw it in theaters?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw it at home, you dumbo.
I live to a theater right now, and I hadn't been to a movie since last March.
You were outside of the theater still laughing. That's
I was so sad he died.
Well, he didn't, so.
Spoilers, obviously, folks.
We're talking about the end of the movie. Yeah, like scene one, take one.
Yeah. No, the way they opened it was great. Idris Elba's a way better Deadshot than Will Smith. I know he wasn't Deadshot, but
he was a great actor in that. Like, him and Harley had good chemistry, and they were hardly on screen together. I'm like, what the fuck?
Have you seen the cat that Polka Dot Man has in real life?
No.
On set, he found a cat and decided to keep it, and then the costume designer made him a little Polka Dot Man outfit that goes on the cat.
That's awesome. I'm also sad Polka Dot Man died. That was kind of bullshit.
But when he turned to the camera and said, I'm a motherfucking superhero, he's about to die.
Oh, yeah. The framing.
Isn't him dying.
I could tell by the framing of the shot. I'm like, he's looking away from the giant monster and just finished an arc. It's game over, buddy.
When he goes, "Oh man, I thought you were the crazy one," and he's just staring and goes, "I am."
And then later
Everything-
it's revealed.
When he put, by the way, in the last scene where Idris Elba's putting the gun together and there keeps being more parts of it, I think it was the perfect amount. He's putting the gun together. He's like, he adds this and it adds that and it gets bigger. It was the perfect amount of parts to be funny. A Marvel movie would have 6 more and it would have been annoying.
A lesser comedian would have milked this for everything, and a better comedian wouldn't have done it at all. To quote Burt Reynolds.
But David Gunn did it.
Yeah. No, that was a good Suicide Squad.
It's what the first one should have been, but they were like, let's have Zack Snyder make it.
Zack Snyder, I think, sucks. I think he just is bad.
Thing, but the Suicide Squad shouldn't have been his thing.
But he also fucked up Justice League.
I guess. But like, Watchmen's cool. 300's cool. He's good at.
I like 300.
Guy.
What's his? I mean, the only thing you've listed that I've liked is 300, and that's it.
What else has he done?
Watchmen,
I don't know.
8 ball sacks. I do not like Watchmen.
You just that's because you don't understand superheroes.
No, I don't like Rorschach at all because you're not supposed
to.
Yeah, I know, and I don't. And excuse me if I don't like a movie that focuses around a guy I don't like. Why would I like that?
It's about Fat Batman is who is the main character of that movie, first of all. Or Blue Dick Guy. But have you ever seen Bad News Bears?
What?
Have you ever seen Bad News Bears?
Yeah.
Okay. The kid that rides a motorcycle in Bad News Bears?
Yeah.
Rorschach.
Ha! That's fucking wild.
Also, Bad News Bears is a great movie because kids say the N-word a bunch.
Oh, when was that? That was like 2000, I thought.
We're thinking of different. Maybe there was was there a remake with Billy Bob Thornton?
Yes, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Said the 70s.
Oh.
Walter Matthau.
Kids say the N-word a bunch, so it's a good movie. Hot take.
It's fucking hilarious. There's a line in the movie where they get a girl picture and a kid's like, Jesus Christ, Mexicans, Jews, N-words, and now a girl?
Jesus, the 70s. Calm the fuck. Was it with Burt Reynolds? Because I feel like it was Burt Reynolds.
Don't you feel like it was with Burt Reynolds? It wasn't. It was Walter Matthau. But you really feel like it was.
It should have been. That was a casting mistake.
I mean, Bad News Bears and The Longest Yard are thematically similar.
You want to see something that TikTok fucked up for me?
I'm scared.
Spell brown backwards.
Oh, N-word, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, verb.
But if you actually flip the word, the B becomes a D. And the N, W, O, and R are in the correct orientation.
The R is not.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like a little kid saying the N-word.
Brown is.
It's like a little kid spelling the N-word on a lemonade stand. The R's backwards.
Lemonade, 25 cents, no N-words. A little kid whose family hates the blacks but doesn't like for him to swear, so he has to say N-word.
What a specific dude.
Which, by the way, America throughout the 50s. You could say the N-word, but not fuck.
Oh, God, I hate this fucking place. I hate this bleep in place. Full of bleeps. Which word did I say? I would like to end this podcast by saying, large oof, America. Large oof.
That's true. You know, America? Eesh, dude.
Dude, knock it off. Oh, no, the empire is failing. I wish it happened sooner. Probably should have done that before.
That is my reaction to, like, we're like about a third of the way into the catastrophic death of the American empire. And my reaction to that is, oof, it's not going to end well. And then I work.
That probably should have happened sooner. All right, let's go to work.
Right.
I'm not going to be one of those fucking guys that preps for doomsday. I'm just not. I will just starve. I would prefer to starve. Thank you very much.
Also, that thing of like, unless you know how to fight, you're just stockpiling for the strongest guy on your block.
Or if you have a
When the
gun.
walls are up around the city centers, the first thing that guy's going to do is kill you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When the quarantine zone starts. I mean, I'm shocked the pandemic didn't kick it off. It was like, yeah, we're all locked inside our houses. I was like, and then a race riot happened. I was like, is it? It feels like it's dead. But unfortunately, our cops are fucking armed to the teeth to prevent this. So we got to get through that first.
And, there's still Mountain Dew coming out of the taps.
Yeah.
That's
Once that ends.
When we no longer get to consume anything we want, we will riot.
Oh, game over. When Cheez-Its has to shut down production.
We will attack a soda factory.
Yeah, first.
Country is deeply stupid. Not very deeply stupid. It's all the way.
We're deep state stupid.
Deep state stupid. Hashtag deep state stupid. That's how we're fighting the deep state.
All right. I'm sleepy and at a lake house. So I'm going to go deal with those two things.
Okay. Listen to the first 5 minutes of this again to remember what we said we were going to name the episode.
Fuck. Damn it.
No, that's the logo.
All right. Will do. I'll figure it out. I still got to Dropbox myself or something.
Good night,
Bye, people.
everybody.